like we think about now. Can we survive it out there? Can we make it somehow? I guess I thought that this would never end, and suddenly it's like we're women and men. Will the past be a shadow that will follow us round? Will these memories fade when I leave this town? I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. I keep on thinking it's our time to fly. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from one
Please stand for the chairman's procession. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Will you please remain standing for the invocation?
We invite the President of the Executive UTT Student Guild, Mr. Alex Hewitt, to lead us in prayer.
O Supreme One, Origin of all being, we thank you for giving us another day. As we gather here to celebrate UTT's 2022 Presentation of Graduates ceremony, give us a keen understanding of the importance of the role that graduates of UTT, the National University, have in the development of our communities and Trinidad and Tobago by extension. Give us faith, courage, and wisdom to fulfill our purpose and promise as students and graduates of UTT. Show us how to effectively serve you so that all of our education, knowledge, and skills may find true fulfillment as we learn to do your will. May we ever be aware in everything that we do that knowledge comes from learning and wisdom comes from you. Thank you, O Supreme One. Now, let us bow our heads in a moment of silence for those members of our UTT family who have passed. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
Professor Clement Imbert, Chairman of the Board of Governors, UTT, and other members of the Board of Governors.
Professor Prakash Prasad, President, UTT.
Professor Festus Adeyobo, Vice President, Research, Academic, and Student Affairs.
Professor Stephen Joseph, Assistant Vice President, Undergraduate Studies.
Senior Academic and Corporate Staff of UTT.
Members of the Student Guild and other students of UTT.
Valedictorian, Mr. Stephen Sudarsan.
Graduates of 2022.
Specially invited guests,
Family members and friends.
members of the media and viewing public,
Ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Chancellor, as President, So I am Dr. Barama Rambaran,
and I am Dr. Solange Kelly.
and we are your orators for this evening's graduation ceremony. We do apologize for that minor hiccup. We now invite the President of the University of Trinidad and Tobago to declare the graduation ceremony open.
On behalf of the Chancellor, as President of the University, I declare this ceremony open for the conferment of certificates, diplomas, and degrees by the authority of the Academic Council and the Board of Governors.
Thank you, Professor. Chairman of the Board of Governors of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, Professor Clement Imbert, I now invite you to welcome the gathering.
Good afternoon. We have several graduation ceremonies, and at all of them, I have to say something, because you're all wondering why I have these Star Trek goggles on my face. I feel like making a recording. You know the recording that you hear from the guys? You don't hear it these days because they were banned for a while. Old iron buying, old battery buying. All over the country I heard the same thing, so obviously it was a recording. But I think for just a few graduations, I could repeat it. I had eye surgery, so this is, and the glare is really too much for those lights, so I'll take them. But they look cool, don't they? I want to hear if they look cool. Right. So I'll continue wearing them, right? Even after they give me the go-ahead. So, Professor Prakash Prasad, President of UTT, and I would say here all other protocols have been established, but senior academic and corporate staff of UTT, that is very all-inclusive. Members of the Guild and other students of UTT, family members, friends and well-wishers, members of the media, members of the viewing public, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the University of Trinidad and Tobago's 2022 Presentation of Graduates ceremony. 1 of 6. This is a return to in-person celebrations. As you know, we had COVID, still there, not as rampant. It's no longer considered a pandemic, but it's still there with us, and we have been told it will probably be there with us for the rest of our lives. It is my pleasure to host you all at this magnificent location that is the National Academy for the Performing Arts, part of which houses the university's Academy for the Performing Arts. This is a venue which over the years has witnessed a vast array of events of great cultural and national significance. At this, the most auspicious of university occasions, there's a celebratory mood among you, I'm sure. And we acknowledge and applaud over 1,500 individuals over 4 days, from yesterday to Friday, on their significant academic achievement and commitment to excellence. I repeat, commitment to excellence. Each of you has displayed dauntless resolution, extolling the true character of a learner, and you're now officially a graduate of a respected institution within the world of academia. The university, the National University of Trinidad and Tobago. And that is not an idle boast. Our university has been accredited by the Accreditation Council of Trinidad and Tobago as an institution for the highest number of years that we can get, 7 years. So we are still in that 7-year period. The programs that are supposed to be accredited individually, that's the engineering programs, because the learned societies, the associations that are involved with engineering and medicine demand that each program is accredited by people, specialists. The Institution of Civil Engineers, the Institution of Structural Engineers, the Transportation Institute, and so on. Now, these are bodies that are part of the Engineering Council, headquartered in the UK. They're headquartered in the UK, but they're international. And both UE and UTT use the accreditation system of the Engineering Council of the UK, because, as I say, it's internationally recognized, and they do more foreign accreditation than anybody else. Mainly because, you know, it's a follow-through, so to speak, from the British Empire, which no longer exists, of course. 75 years after the first country that got independence from Britain, India, we now see 75 years later that the Prime Minister of England is an Indian, born in the UK, but of Indian parentage. So I think that's a significant shift, and it is a slight movement in the world today. There's a long way to go, Britain, the United States, or Europe, to really understand that people from other parts of the world are as equal or better than they are. Anyway, this year UTT turns 18, a number which represents a coming of age in many ways. The achievements attained since the university's inception in 2004 are by all means awe-inspiring and a testament to our unquestionable dedication to meeting and surpassing the vision and mission initially set out 2 decades ago. The university at its core represents an institution created to bridge the gap between academia, industry, and the society at large. And that's very important. We didn't want to be just what is normally referred to as university, an ivory tower, living, you know, in an ivory tower in the sky, so to speak. This university, I repeat, represents an institution created to bridge the gap between academia, industry, and the society at large, providing tuition in a number of areas which at the time and still in many areas, were underrepresented. A very ambitious stance for a brand new institution of its kind. That UTT continues to evolve while amassing accolades for research, entrepreneurship, and innovation is a reflection of the efforts and competence of all involved. Staff, faculty, that is the academic staff, and the support staff, the corporate staff, you, the students, most importantly. We amass these accolades, but they all are supposed to benefit the society, particularly through you, we pledge to the society instruments of advancement and change. Today, as the university strides towards proverbial adulthood, 18 years, it takes its many graduates along with it. You are now part of the UTT family. So too, you carry part which is now indelibly embedded in each of you as a representative of the UTT family, one still cementing its reach across the globe and continuing to achieve so much. It is worth noting some of the latest achievements over the last year of UTT and the UTT family. The Innovation Lab of the IDB Group, IDB, Inter-American Development Bank, has approved a little over $6 million TT dollars for Trinidad and Tobago as a grant for the expansion of our animation services. Animation, as you know, is one of the unique programs that we have at UTT. UTT conducted a project to assess the feasibility of providing potable water from unused surface water ponds for the Water and Sewerage Authority. UTT was engaged by PAHO, Pan American Health Organization, and WHO. You all know who WHO is now, the pronouncements they have made during the pandemic. They engaged UTT in a project that involves the introduction of robotics and AI into the health system in the region. And these last two, the WASA project and the PAHO WH project, were led by the highest level of our academic staff in the university. The PAHO WHO one was led by the president. It's one of his areas of expertise, robotics. And the WASA project was led by our vice president, Professor Adoyobo. So we take the talent wherever we can get it in the university, at whatever level, to conduct these projects. UTT and Kariri launched a major recycling project which will convert old discarded tires into rubber crumbs for road pavement and other uses. Made 868, that's the name of our fashion production facility, opened its doors to the public as the only facility which caters for small and medium production needs of our fashion industry locally and regionally. I have invited the last set of graduates to visit it when you have time. It's a wonderful facility. You will be blown away. In that same vein, UTT's fashion alumnus, Garrett Roberts, he was invited to showcase his collection in Milan, Italy, one of the fashion capitals of the world. UTT Mechanical Engineering and Manufacturing Entrepreneurship alumna received a prestigious Chevening Scholarship, which is a fully funded scholarship which enables outstanding emerging leaders from all over the world to pursue a one-year master's degree in the UK. And she already has a master's degree, so she'll get a second one. She was chosen on merit. Kevin Singh, holder of a BSc in Information Technology and an MSc in Innovation, Manufacturing, Management, and Entrepreneurship, used his knowledge and skills in the area to found a company called Health Mix that develops and produces cake mixes that utilizes healthier flour than our regular wheat flour. One of the main ingredients in his cake mix is pure flour. He has worked with several local food manufacturers and facilities. I have to try it. I have been saying that I grew up in San Grande. There were 2 pure trees just at the back of my house. And every time I go to San Grande, which is relatively often, maybe once a month, I always stop at a fruiterer before I leave San Grande proper to buy some piwa if he has. Piwa and Topitambo, I still enjoy them. Past UTT Patriots, and listen to this one carefully. Past UTT Patriots netball players, we call our high-performance players Patriots, UTT Patriots football, UTT Patriots netball, and so on. These netball players, Samantha Wallace, who is a professional already, campaigning in Australia for the last couple of years, Jamelia McCarthy, Oprah Douglas, Shaquanda Green Noel, Anicia Batiste, Califia McCollin as the captain, and Crystal Ann George as the vice captain, were selected to represent Trinidad and Tobago's national senior team netball team in Jamaica, which recently concluded that tournament, and they did exceptionally well. From the numbers, you would see that UTT could have fielded a national team all by itself. The number of people who are on a netball court, we had enough players, including the captain and vice captain, that UTT past and present students could easily have represented, and maybe that happened, I don't know, I will find out. And Shaquanda Green Noel, one of those that I mentioned upstairs, she has just, well, she landed a pro netball contract in the UK and formed another player, Jamaica McCarthy, who I mentioned up there, competing in the Vitality Netball Super League this year in Britain. UTT Patriots netball head coach, Dr. Bridget Adams, she got her PhD from our sport program here, right here at UTT. She has been appointed president of America's Football. America's Football encompasses the Caribbean, Central America, North America. It's like the CONCACAF of netball. And she's going to be the regional director in 2003. She's now the president and she'll be regional director. UTT Patriots goalkeeper Aliyah Alexander and Temia St. Clair were selected for Trinidad and Tobago under-20 women's national football team. We are on to football now. That competed in the CONCACAF Women's Under-20 Championship. UTT's male football team had qualified to go to Mexico for the playoffs for what is popularly called the University World Cup. We didn't qualify, but we acquitted ourselves very well. We lost 2-1, narrowest of margin, 2-1, and therefore didn't get into the semifinals. The last game, we played players who had not been played before, and we had a few goals scored against us. But they performed creditably in Mexico. They just returned at the end of last week. UTT Patriots athlete training officer Donna Marie Wickham was selected as one of the rehab specialists for the Trinidad and Tobago under-17 and under-20 women's national football teams. And our high-performance technical coach, Alina Edwards, she was selected as national coach to lead the Trinidad and Tobago youth team that participated in the first ever International Table Tennis Federation, the Pan American Federation Games, the under-11 and under-13 championships in Ecuador. Moving on to our staff, Dr. Mia Gormandy Benjamin, assistant professor in music, specialty in Pan, was appointed artistic director of the famous Trinidad All-Stars Steel Orchestra in March of this year. All-Stars is the longest continuous steel band in Trinidad and Tobago. They'll be approaching 100 years sometime, I don't know exactly when. Associate Professor Dr. Vama Rambaran, one of your orators, he just spoke to you. He has published a book on alternative medicine for diabetes management, and much of that is derived from research that he has done on an alternative actual medical treatment for diabetes. This is a work that has received an international patent, particularly the United States Patent Office, which is the most important patent for us to get. It is the first for UTT and the first of its kind for the country, of its kind. This was funded by the European Union, and it involved collaboration with institutions in India. And despite COVID, he did spend some time in India. He sent some pictures for me with some lovely little white rats, you know, the little white rats, the mice, where the poor little fellows, they were giving them diabetes and then treating them with this particular concoction, and they all seem to have got very better, much better from it. But poor little fellows all the same. At this year's music festival, saxophonist Chavez Benjamin was awarded first place, I know this, with 100% in the orchestral instrument solo section of the 2022 Trinidad and Tobago Music Festival. And he was just among 5 or 6 others who received trophies in that music festival. And UTT APA student, an APA student, was accepted to Yale University, that is Kino Alvarez, to the David Geffen School of Drama at Yale on a full scholarship. I should also mention that a student of ours, he came here as a Venezuelan refugee, and we gave him a scholarship. He was not Trinidadian, he wasn't entitled to GATE, he needed a lot of help. But he is an excellent musician from the Sistemas program in Venezuela. That's a famous program in Venezuela for the youth, especially youth at risk. And he has got a partial scholarship for the famous Guildhall School of Music and Drama. If you Google Yale University, you see it's one of the best in the world. You don't get into Yale University just like that. If you Google the Guildhall, you will see they are one of the top 5 schools of music and drama in the world. So I think the achievements of this small young university over the last year or so deserves a round of applause from everybody here. So as a graduate of this excellent university, you have astutely proven your ability to cultivate that which is required for success. With encouragement from your support system, your family, your friends, well-wishers, and guidance from our exceptional educators, you have managed to elevate yourself to a position where the air is rare. Only a relatively small percentage of people in the country have either the opportunity or the ability to graduate with a tertiary level degree. You are among them, so much is expected of you. You know, to quote one of the longer verses in the Bible, of whom much is given, much is expected. At this time, I ask you graduates to stand. Please stand. Turn to your family, friends and well-wishers at the back, and say thank you to them by a sustained round of applause. Something tells me you could do a little better than that. Something tells me that. Thank you. You may sit, but turn around first before you sit. And And let me add to you up there my own appreciation for the support that you have given to our charges. They were our charges for the last few years. Thank you very much. Was that applause for me? Yeah, thanks. Thanks again. You and they must be very proud of this achievement as you take this badge of honor out into the world. It's a wide, wicked world at times. But be encouraged to make the progress that you wish to see. Be like so many UTT graduates before you who have established a tradition whereby through their work they have become ardent proponents of transformational progress and staunch supporters of entrepreneurial growth. These are two key components which we have come to see as requirements for achieving sustainable success on both the individual and wide societal level. As part of its mandate for educating future generations, UTT utilizes a unique approach to pedagogy, which on the one hand takes into consideration the wide range of learning abilities of our students, and on the other allows them to develop the ability to think critically. This approach revitalizes the way our students learn, which in turn inspires a lifelong drive for success. Lifelong learning is an imperative today. The world is changing so fast. And UTT caters for all in the society who we believe have the potential to make it. So we recently started something called UStart. It's another incarnation of what UTT has been doing along the way. First we started with POP, now it's pre-university preparation. And now we have UStart, a fancier name, whereby we take people who have shown that they are capable of passing exams at a certain level, so they would have one or two CSEC subjects. And we take them, they may have been late learners, late developers, they may have missed the boat for some reason, and we take them and we bring them up to speed so that they can enter and matriculate to a university program. So the University of Trinidad and Tobago is honored to call each of you a graduate and is privileged to have played an instrumental part in your overall growth. We vow to continue to invest in the future of our nation by supporting its most indispensable resource, its people, particularly the youth. While today's proceedings represent only a snapshot of your totality, it is really a beginning. It's an end, but it's a beginning. It's a continuum. Life is a continuum. Do not devalue the magnitude of this accomplishment. This is where you envisioned yourself when you enrolled as a student of this esteemed institution. You envisaged being here today, and here you are today, fulfilling that dream. You have endured the most trying of situations, particularly in the last 2 years, and should be brimming with joy at your success. Make sure to celebrate the victory of achievement, to savor the moment before it passes. It is my duty to inspire confidence in our graduates, to encourage you to be more than a mere spectator, instead to be an active participant in the cycle of life. Challenge the status quo. Challenge the status quo, I repeat, with your latest qualifications. Contribute, invent, advance. The world yearns for engineers, seafarers, designers, farmers, technicians, educators, policymakers. The world yearns for you. It is now up to you to add to that which has already been laid. In conclusion, together the Chancellor, who is not here, she was here yesterday, members of the Board of Governors, the staff and faculty of the university, and the national community, I congratulate once more the entire graduating class, and particularly you today, of 2022. Stand tall on the shoulders of your predecessors with the confidence required to excel. We all celebrate you, and in spite of what may come, do not be dissuaded, as we are sure you will never let us down and you won't let yourselves down. I salute you all, And in the context of my Star Trek glasses, shades, may the force be with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Imber, for those kind words of encouragement and inspiration. Ladies and gentlemen, the UTT Jazz Ensemble will now entertain us with their rendition of Misty, composed by American jazz pianist Errol Garner. Please welcome them to stage.
Wow. Let's put our hands together for the Jazz Ensemble, UTT's very own. Well done, well done. And now for the moment you have all been waiting on. I now invite the Vice President, Research, Academic, and Student Affairs, Professor Festus Adoyobo, to present to the Chairman those names who have met the requirements of the University of Trinidad and Tobago to be admitted to certificates, diplomas, and undergraduate degrees.
The moment you're waiting for, yes. President, I ask you to admit these candidates from these academic programs having fulfilled the requirements of the university to the certificate, diploma, and undergraduate degrees for which they are presented.
Graduates of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, by the authority vested in me, I admit you to the certificate, diploma, and undergraduate degrees by which you are to be presented and receive you as members of our society.
At this point, I kindly invite the program leaders to call out the members or the students graduating under your programs.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Safia Wahid. I am the Discipline Lead of Certificate in Process Operations, and I will be calling the names of those graduates. Adriel Tyrese Clark. Ambika Sohan. Electrical engineering.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of myself and the Department of Utilities and Sustainable Engineering, I would like to congratulate all our graduates. I am here this evening to call out the names for the National Engineering Technician Diploma in Electrical and Electronic Engineering. Nicholas Jason Albert. Tishon Terrell Armstrong. Darnell Zion Baptiste. Stefan Caron Boudou. Anthony Quibbe Boris. Marianne Christine Hernandez. Kyle Isaiah Kanchan. Chahim Darrell Moreno. Ali Justin King. Chahel Llewellyn. Josiah Lyndon Medford. Josiah Akil Noble. Alicia Keisha Phipps. Kimoni Kwashi. Khalil Vijay Ramjan. Avinash Ramuta. Shane Shivanan Ramsamuj. William Amrish Sicharan. Ruth Naomi Weeks. Raul Steve Mohammed. William Adam Warwood. So the following graduates are now from the National Engineering Technician Diploma in Instrumentation Engineering. Ashavari Pooja Kisun. Anthony Lokor. Reynard Myron Mears. Kiran Dharma Manish Nanan. The following graduates are from the National Engineering Technician Diploma in Renewable Energy Engineering Technology. For the second time, Ali Justin King.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Maren Watson, and I'm Associate Professor in Process Engineering. I will be calling the names of the graduates from the National Engineering Technician Diploma in Chemical Engineering. Cheyenne Adams. Celine Bonaparte. Rachel Boudou. Chriselle Gabriel. Tia Henry. Mikhail Mohammed. Jadan Rahman. Rian Rahim. R.T. Ramnath. Ronaldo Scott. Kishel Thomas.
I would now like to welcome graduates from the Bachelors of Applied Science in Utilities Engineering. Sarah Ali. Christine Monique Gomez Alexander. Zachary Amir Hassan. Jaishri Hiralal. Kanisha Simone Hospitalis. Christian Anthony Jagannath. John Mark Anthony Jardine. Kaif Kide Leacock. Sven Kevin Limes. Therese Isaiah Lessie. Rico Micah Mayonnaise. Cordell Samuel Paul. Christopher Richard Ramlogan, sorry, Christopher, my apologies. Damian B. Rampasad. Andre Sipasad. Crystal Jasmine Shah. Balarad Singh. Stephen Brandon Sudarsan. Selena Spencer. Wendell Jr. Anthony Stafford. Kedron Wayne Thomas. Ariel Nikisha Walton. Tyrone Andrew Wolf. Tristan Krushank. Shanice Nandi David. Dion Dinoon. Marvin Edwards. Sabrina Anita Gobin. Raquel Kwame John. Kershaw Micah Joseph. Nirmal Kunulal. Matthias Akil Philip. Sharice Chamika Joseph. Khalil Mohammed. Peterson Jesse Nathan.
I am Dr. Neil Allain, Assistant Professor in the Energy System Engineering Unit. I'll be calling the students for the Bachelor's of Applied Science and Petroleum Engineering. Jessica Angel Boudram. Rihanna Boudram. Shea Andre Cockburn Harris. Anton Nimrod Hemming. Dana Chanel Kerr. Malini Petal Kisun. Michael Anthony Henry. Maisha Mendoza. Siddiqa Mohammed, summa cum laude. Evangeline Hannah Pardesi, summa cum laude. And we must also commend Evangeline for her stellar performance in academics, but also for her work in extracurricular activities. Evangeline actually headed up the SP chapter, student chapter, and as president, they won the award nationally twice under her chairmanship. Naisha Samaru. Vanessa Alicia Sibaran. Karishma Venamati Singh. Adrian Kristen Thomas, summa cum laude.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will be presenting the graduates of the Bachelors of Applied Science and Process Engineering. Shailene Crystal Alexander. Alicia Amanda Alcindor. Joshua Bechu. Tiana Yashoda Dipchan. Katisha Jewel Figuera, sorry. Tyrese Ronaldo George. Shania Manisha Hari Prasad. Faith Paloma Julian. John Stephen Karamatz. Mariah Sarah Parker. Laura Asha Suklal. Aketa Anisha Wiley.
I'll be calling the students for the Master of Engineering in Petroleum Engineering. Celine Cassidy Hussein, summa cum laude. Ravi Khan. Shariza Kurban, summa cum laude. Angus E. Luhing. Romario Donovan Ragubar, summa cum laude. Earl G. Ramsuk, summa cum laude. Kailan Sharon Singh, summa cum laude. Kiara A. Tuafu. Thank you.
We could do a little better than that. Let's put our hands together. I must say, these graduates are a special crew. These are the graduates who had to transition from in-person to online, and they did it with class. And I know it costs, and I know it was stress. I know, we know. And we got the emails. Yeah, we got the emails. But you did it well, and you finished well. And that's important. So along with your studies, just remember, all the drama, all the tears, all the joys was part of the process. It's now going to make you a better professional as you leave these walls. Just remember that. All right? So again, let's hear it for our graduating class. So we now wish to invite all graduating students to join the UTT Alumni Association. The objectives of the UTT Alumni Association are to, 1,
promote interaction amongst the alumni members and between alumni and UTT.
Encourage education, research, and commercialization of innovative ideas, some of which you heard already from Professor Clement Imbert.
keep members informed on the progress of UTT?
Mentor, and you are all now in a place to mentor because you have gone through the process. Mentor undergraduate, postgraduate students through corp training or similar work-related experiences.
You're also to provide professional development training opportunities for its members.
And recognize alumni achievements.
So guys, you may join the UTT Alumni Association by going to the UTT website at www.u.tt.
I now invite the President of the Alumni Association, Mr. Kempes Charles, to lead the graduates in the Alumni Pledge.
All protocols observed. It was once said by one of our famous presidents of the United States, the success of any school can be measured by the contribution the alumni make to the national life. That was said by John F. Kennedy. And now, you all have a chance to add to the national life. So right now, I'd like to ask all the graduates to stand as we recite the alumni oath. Please repeat after me. As alumni of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, we solemnly swear to uphold the honorable traditions of our university, imbued by the spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship, which is at the center of UTT's mission. We will endeavor to lend creativity and passion to all that we undertake. As graduates of the National University, we also commit ourselves to the highest standards of service to our community and country. We will further strive to earn our own place among UTT's alumni, who by their devotion to these ideals have brought recognition and honor to our alma mater. We will provide moral, intellectual, and financial support, and will encourage others to attend our alma mater, and thus to contribute to the perpetuation of the necessary and noble work of UTT. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Welcome to the alumni.
Thank you very much, Mr. Charles. Graduates, you may be seated. So they say, if it's nice, we do it twice. We welcome again the beautiful sounds of the UTT Jazz Ensemble to perform Curfew Time, composed by Aldwin Lord Kitchener-Roberts, who received an honorary doctorate from UTT in 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together And welcome again, UTT Jazz Ensemble.
Thank you very much, UTT Jazz Ensemble. So, before I invite this young man to come up and speak with us, I just want to say something about him. This young man, now, for those who have been lectured by me, you know, one of the things I appreciate and admire when you do well, but more than that, I always talk about character. This young man was always early to class, always asked questions, always did his work. And I'm not saying that he didn't have challenges, but I'm saying that he handled them with grace and with character. And that is something that is going to take all of us very far in life. So as much as we celebrate your astounding achievements, we also celebrate your maturity and your becoming of an excellent man or young lady. So, it is my absolute joy to invite Mr. Stephen Sudarsan, graduate of the Bachelor of Applied Science in Utilities Engineering program, to deliver the Valedictorian Address. Please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Sudarsan.
Professor Clement Ember, Chairman of the Board of Governors, UTT, and other members of the Board of Governors, UTT. Professor Prakash Prasad, President, UTT. Professor Festus Adoyobo, Vice President, Research, Academic, and Students Affairs. Professor Stephen Joseph, Assistant Vice President, Undergraduate Studies. Mr. Jaidat Maharaj, Senior Manager, Registry. Orators, Dr. Solange Kelly and Dr. Varma Rambaran. Senior Academic and Corporate Staff of UTT, members of the Student Guild and other students of UTT, graduates of 2022, specially invited guests, family members and friends, members of the media and the viewing public, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. My mother used to sing that nursery rhyme to me as a child. Since then, I've always been curious of stars and science itself. Now I know that stars shine from the nuclear fusion of dense hydrogen gas. Upon reaching a state of stability, it's converted to helium, releasing light and heat energy. I know, we all prefer the nursery rhyme version where a star is just a diamond in the night sky. Simplicity over complexity, right? But similar to my curiosity, it was the curiosity of men in the constellation of stars that inspired the early Egyptian mathematicians in pertinence to the orientation of their pyramids, and then later on, the curiosity of the falling apple that contributed to Newton's gravitational laws. You see, graduates, it is because of curiosity that math and science has evolved so much today, and through the hands of time has been passed down to us. Thus, I say with a grateful heart, thank you, UTT, for quenching our curiosity. Thank you for the fusion of knowledge that we have received that has allowed our lights to shine, making me the proud son of a taxi driver to transform his engineering dreams into a reality. On that note of giving thanks, how can we forget the parents here today? The mothers and fathers that sang to us, stood with us, and encouraged us. Thank you for your smiles as proud as stars. We would also like to give unceasing thanks to God, for it is by His grace that we are all here today. Now that I have spoken my song of gratitude, my fellow graduates, we have finally arrived at our destination. For the past 3 years, this objective would have seemed as a distant dream, but our presence here today proves that dreams do come true. The last time that we would have had physical classes together would have been in the year 2020. For the degree students, we would have shared the freezing auditorium together at the San Fernando campus, where we would have studied, attended lectures, and be the highlights in Dr. Hunt's class. And to the precious audience, the precious parents in the audience tonight, it wasn't for being good students, but it was for playing cards. But at instant, our struggles were reaching to school on time, time management, and having no leisure time because the pool table at the San Fernando campus would have always been occupied. Now that was a struggle. But let's be honest with ourselves. How many of us wished if classes could just be at home, where traveling would be no more and studying would be more efficient? Careful what you wish for. For no one saw that COVID-19 was slowly making its way to our beautiful Twin Island Republic. Who would have thought that Dr. Hunt's math class would have been our last class together, or the taxi at South Park would have been our last traveling experience at UTT together? It was my memories of 2020 that I would have held on to when our physical freedoms were stripped from us and we were held captives to virtual reality. Recently, I've read that in Japan, broken pottery is not discarded. Instead, they are mended together with liquid gold, and the final product is a sight to behold. Graduates, through this pandemic, we have had our spirits broken. We all experience fatalities of loved ones, financial difficulties, and even losing the zeal to go on. However, it was our will to never give up at the end, which, like the gold holding the broken Japanese pottery together, kept us from falling apart. Standing in front of you today, it is a sight to behold, for our gowns symbolizes the strength of never giving up, the will to not falling apart. So whatever we do, we must never give up, for our courage is as precious as liquid gold. You know, our degree certificates that we have received here today is also another symbol of our determination. Someone once had the audacity to say to me that a degree is just a piece of paper. I am sorry, I don't believe that. That certificate is a representation of the sleepless nights spent in preparation for exams, the countless failed attempts that was paid until success was achieved, and the tangible evidence that proves that prayers do come through. That certificate bears our UTT insignia, which represents our university, that little concrete jungle that transformed us, and the lectures that inspired us. Special thanks to Dr. Solange Kelly and Dr. Miguel Jagasa, who were parents to our home away from home. So all in all, our certificates are more than just pieces of paper. It is a keepsake of memories, both bitter and sweet, that only us, the graduates, possesses the key to unlocking what's inside. So graduates, in the future, whenever you may feel like giving up in the field of engineering, when your lights may become dim, behold the radiant glow of that piece of paper. It represents our struggles of the past, the victories today, and our fighting chance for tomorrow. For 3 years, as indicated by our certificates, we have spent equipping ourselves with knowledge so that we can be competent in solving complex issues. We have studied the implications that resulted from unethical decisions in the workplace, which led to catastrophe and loss of life. So graduates, although we are well prepped for the world of work, we must be responsible and accountable for our actions. Just as our alma mater would have taught us to be honest, selfless, and compassionate, these are the leadership qualities that we would like to exhibit in the workplace, for any shortcuts can lead to loss of life. Let me repeat that. For any shortcuts can lead to loss of lives. In the words of the late Princess Diana of Wales, and I quote, "I want to do, not just to be." Her caring nature preceded her royal status. My point is, we don't want to just be titles. Instead, we want to become service-oriented professionals that would be caring enough to transform challenges into opportunities. One major challenge that can be converted into an opportunity is global warming. The world is burning. This is no secret to us. To fight something as complex as global warming, all the world leaders must be on the same page. However, I believe through the harmony of our various engineering disciplines, we can lead by example. Our aspiring utilities engineers are competent in producing working prototypes of wind, solar, and ocean thermal energy conversion plants that can reduce our dependency on gas power plants. Our process engineers can be the ones to promote carbon capture and storage, which can reduce carbon dioxide emissions from combustion. And our petroleum engineers, well, the ones responsible for it all. I'm just kidding. I hope you guys can forgive me. You all can explore carbon dioxide injection wells, which uses pressurized, captured carbon dioxide gases for oil recovery. Thus, I've provided you all with one scenario in which we can all unite, transforming a challenge into an opportunity. The list goes on. In closing, I've just shared with you elements of our past, present, and future. Like a constellation of stars, they are interconnected together, depicting who we are. Just like that nursery rhyme I spoke of at the beginning, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, these lights amongst us here today would be responsible in guiding a hopeless Trinidad and Tobago back to better shores of tomorrow. I, Stephen Brandon Sudarson, believe that. Graduates, never let your curiosity die. It's the light to your star. And to that little boy who never thought that he would have made it this far, twinkle, twinkle, little star, no more mystery to us you are. Congratulations, God bless, and good night.
Thank you so very much for those encouraging words, Stephen. You remind me of a saying that goes, "A righteous man falls many times or encounters many challenges, but get back up every time." And that's what makes us righteous, that you get back Well done, Stephen. Thank you.
We now invite the President, UTT, Professor Prakash Prasad, to the podium to declare the ceremony closed. Professor Prasad.
I'm beginning to notice a pattern, that the closing ceremony announcement brings us applause. I wish to sincerely congratulate the newly graduated members of our society on their achievements, and I now declare this ceremony closed.
Honored guests, please stand and remain in your places until the procession, inclusive of graduates and academic staff, have retired. Please stand.